From the nation's capital.
Ottawa, Ontario, Rideau Carleton Raceway embarks on its 62nd year of racing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rideau Carleton Raceway on this Thursday afternoon of October 17th. It's our 56th race date of the 2024 meet here at Rideau Carleton, and we're about 18 minutes away from post time for race 1. Just 9 races on today's card, but some quality fields and a nice, fast racing surface here in the nation's capital. The track is fast, weather conditions are clear, the temperature is 14 degrees Celsius or 57 Fahrenheit, winds are out of the northeast at 13 kilometers an hour, 8 miles per hour, and humidity is 35%. We're about 17 minutes away from race 1, and that's a field of 6 pacers, and no changes to start the card in race 1. In race 2, there were no changes, but there was also no show betting in race 2. Race 3 has no changes. In race 4, there is a driver change on the 2, Monty's Gone Marble, going from Kyle Forgy to Pascal Berube. In race 5, there are no changes to the horses and drivers, but note that there is a wagering change. There is no pick 3 in race 5. It does kick off the pick 5. In race 6, there is one driver change. It's on the 8. He's Got a Vendetta, going from Kyle Forgy to Marie-Claude Auger. In race 7, there is no show wagering. In race 8, there is an equipment change on the 6, Mask of Zorro, adding a side roll on the right. And in race 9, which is the last race of the card, there are 2 scratches. The 2 Coltrane DeVee, as well as the 7 General So, a judge's scratch. The also eligible Ms. Franny will not draw in race 9. That's all the changes we have so far. And we're about 15 minutes away from kicking off this card with a race 1 field with a very strong favorite. 1-5 right now on the 2, DA Magic Mike, who was a winning best bet for me on October 8th, but not in the way I expected it. It's easy to look at that September 27th qualifier at Woodbine Mohawk Park, which DA Magic Mike won by 19 lengths in 153 flat, the fastest qualifier of that day at Mohawk, and expect a really big performance in his debut at Rideau Carleton on October 8th, but he did take down his pasture mate, DA Captain Obvious, in the final strides with a first over late bid and win by just 3/4 of a length for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon. Nonetheless, he's 1-5 here. That's the 2, DA Magic Mike, the big favorite, already in race 1. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early daily double wagering available on race 1. We're taking a look at track handicapper selections right now for race 1. Glenn Pearson and I both in agreement about the 2, DA Magic Mike, the current 1-5 favorite. He looks likely to repeat here at Rideau Carleton after winning his debut October 8th. And he's on top of both our tickets. In the place spot, Glenn is looking to the 6, Geisha's Treasure for Vic Putty and Jimmy Gagnon. This one a winner October 10th from the same post position on the front end. And a winning favorite holding off Century Jazz, who has post 5 here. And I thought put in a very good performance in his most recent. So he's my place horse. Glenn is using the 5, Century Jazz, to complete the triactor, and then rounds out his superfecta ticket with the 4, Shadow Dave, for trainer-driver Mike Healy, a known closer who was up for 4th October 10th. I'm looking to Surratt Hanover from the rail for Denis Maisonneuve and Pascal Berube. This one holding on for show October 10th and retaining Pascal Berube. We're about 9 minutes away from post time for race 1 of this 9-race card this Thursday afternoon at Rideau Carleton. Thanks for joining us. Those of you tuning in earlier may have been able to catch the debut of the Rideau Carleton tribute video to Ross Cowboy Curran, the late horseman who made a name for himself at Rideau Carleton and other tracks around Ontario and Quebec. He was inducted to the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame this year. And our video producer, Dylan Saint-Amand, did a beautiful tribute to Ross Curran from the perspective of Rideau Carleton. And we'd like to thank the family of the late Ross Curran very much for their help, especially Patty, for the barn tour and wonderful interviews and letting us see the scrapbooks about Ross Cowboy Curran. That video is going to be available on the Rideau Carleton YouTube channel for those who wish to see it in future, and I'm sure it will be aired again here at the track for some time to come. We're about 7 minutes away from race 1, and we have co-favorites now at odds of 4 to 5. Some support not just for the 2, DA Magic Mike, who was the 1 to 5 favorite, but for the 1, Surratt Hanover, coming in off of a show finish behind Geisha's Treasure and Century Jazz in his most recent start. All 3 of them are matched up again in this race, so it's interesting to see Surratt Hanover as co-favorite at 4 to 5 from the rail. He was first off the gate here last Thursday and pocketed up behind Geisha's Treasure after that front-end winner cleared to the front on the first turn. After the pocket trip, Surratt Hanover did have a late move up the passing lane, but he wasn't catching the top 2 on that occasion. So that's why I didn't place him higher in my ticket here, but I am using him in the superfecta. That's the 1, Surratt Hanover, 7 to 5 at the moment. DA Magic Mike from post 2 is still getting a lot of support. He was gapping 3rd most of the mile in his October 8th Rideau debut and tipped first over at 3/4. He drew past DA Captain Obvious at the wire. One thing to like is that Guy Gagnon is staying with DA Magic Mike here in spite of the class jump. He's the 3 to 2 favorite right now, number 2, DA Magic Mike. At 7 to 1, I think the 5 Century Jazz could be getting overlooked. I considered putting him on top of my ticket. He started up 3rd over from last along the backstretch Thursday and was 3 wide at 3/4. He gained ground right to the wire, closing in the field's fastest last quarter of 29 flat. He also equaled his fastest ever beaten mile, 1:56 and 1. That's Century Jazz, 9 to 1 right now from post 5. The 6, Geisha's Treasure, is 5 to 1 in spite of coming in at the same post and classification of his lifetime best 1:56 and 1 victory here last Thursday. Geisha's Treasure was 3 wide early, cleared early leader Surratt Hanover before the quarter, and faced some pressure from a first over Bauer Power after the half. Geisha's Treasure barely held off the hard-charging Century Jazz at the wire. That's why I considered Century Jazz a stronger contender in this field, but I did still put the 2, DA Magic Mike, on top of my ticket. He is up in class, but moving up after a win, and again, that dazzling qualifier before that at Woodbine Mohawk Park. We're about 4 minutes away from post time for race 1 Again, there's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early daily double wagering.
Night of my life, and wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride, baby. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby. I'ma have the best freaking night of my life, and wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride, baby. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby.
The Race 1 post parade should be coming on track shortly. Consistent favoritism on the tote board for the 2 DA Magic Mike, bet down to 1-9 favorite at the moment. In his second start here for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon, the 3-year-old Mick Wicked gelding, added to his win collection with his 4th lifetime in his October 8th Rideau debut. The pacers are approaching the track for the Race 1 post parade. And the post parade is now on track. These pacers are non-winners of $15,000 or 3 races lifetime. Also eligible, $20,000 claimers for non-winners of $27,500 lifetime. They race for a purse of $6,400. Leading the post parade is 1 Surratt Hanover, owned by trainer Denis Maisonneuve, driven by Pascal Berube. 2 is the 1-9 favorite, DA Magic Mike, owned by Michel Letarte with Jamie Copley, Kimberly Eaton, and the Max Webster stable, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. 3 is Bauer Power, owned by William Beecham, with trainer Gavin Christie, driven by Robbie Robinson. 4 is Shadow Dave, owned by Anne Lemarand, trained and driven by Mike Healy. 5 is Century Jazz, owned by Jess Dion, J.Y. Blais, along with a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. And completing this field from post 6, Geisha's Treasure, owned by trainer Vic Putty, along with Limco Incorporated, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. No changes. Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and early daily double wagering available. We're taking a closer look at the consistent 1-9 top choice today in race 1, number 2, DA Magic Mike, racing for some winning connections here, Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon. And coming in off a win which he worked for. I didn't consider that the easiest of victories over a very tough DA Captain Obvious, October 8th. But DA Magic Mike was ahead by 3/4 of a length when it counted for the 155-3 win as a winning favorite in his Rideau debut for these connections. He certainly knows how to win. He's the winningest of this field with 4 victories from 18 starts this season. His Rideau debut came after his fastest ever mile, that winning qualifier, September 27th at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Just a devastating 19-length victory. I don't see that being necessary here, nor possible. He is up in class, but strong support for DA Magic Mike. For those just tuning in to Rideau Carleton, thanks for the wagering support this afternoon. And there is no change in race 2. So if you're playing the early double, no changes in either leg of the early daily double. The 3, Bauer Power, was a little steppy gated in the post parade, but he's walking calmly now and back on the pace. They'll be going behind the gate very shortly here for race 1 with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and daily double wagering available. And the starter has called the race 1 field. This is your last chance to get involved in the early daily double as the field lines up in front of the grandstand. 1 is Surratt Hanover for Pascal Berube. 2, DA Magic Mike, Guy Gagnon. 3, Bauer Power, Robbie Robinson. 4, Shadow Dave, Mike Healy. 5, Century Jazz, Stéphane Pouliot. And on the outside is 6, Guiche's Treasure for Jimmy Gagnon. They're on the turn. Bauer Power, the last to join them as the field approaches the backstretch. Century Jazz also a little further back than the others as they're now on the backstretch. Lined up for the start, and they're off and pacing. Surratt Hanover leaving from the inside for Pascal Berube. Charging after him early. First over in second is Shadow Dave for Mike Healy. Settling third, that is Bauer Power. And then caught wide in fourth at the moment. First over, Guiche's Treasure. To his inside and pushing on now to grab fourth along the pylons, DA Magic Mike. That puts Guiche's Treasure and Century Jazz at the back of the field. They're single file past the opening quarter of 28 seconds flat, and leading the way, Surratt Hanover, who's out there by just a length, keeping ahead of Shadow Dave, comfortable in the pocket. Following him third is Bauer Power. Fourth is the favorite, DA Magic Mike, who steps out now to come first over. Second over from last, Century Jazz is out and moving, putting Guiche's Treasure pinned in along the pylons from second last as they head past the half. 58-2 the clocking there for Surratt Hanover. A 30-2 relaxed second panel. But the heat is on now. Shadow Dave is up alongside the leader, challenging Surratt Hanover. They're battling now along the backstretch. Third on the inside, Bauer Power. Second over in fourth, DA Magic Mike. And back further, it's Guiche's Treasure along the inside, and third over, Century Jazz. 3 in, 3 out at 3/4, 127 flat the clocking there. Here comes a 3 wide move from DA Magic Mike. As they come down the stretch, 3 wide, battling on the inside. Surratt Hanover between horses. Shadow Dave is trying to hang on, but DA Magic Mike works his magic again for Guy Gagnon, pulling away by a couple of lengths. And he's ahead of Shadow Dave and Surratt Hanover in 155-4. The favorite left, no doubt, DA Magic Mike off the second over trip. Gets his second consecutive Rideau victory for Guy Gagnon. Shadow Dave and Surratt Hanover hanging on for minor shares there. The unofficial top 4 order of finish is posted for race 1, 1 to 9 favorite. Number 2, D8 Magic Mike, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. Second was 4, Shadow Dave. Third was 1, Surratt Hanover. And fourth, 5, Century Jazz. 2, 4, 1, 5, the unofficial order of finish. Hold all tickets. Now, coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, it's unofficial race 1 winner, number 2, D8 Magic Mike, a 3-year-old brown gelding by McWicked out of Taboo Sealster. Owned by Michelle Letard of Quebec with Jamie Copley and Kimberly Eden of Ontario and the Max Webster Stable of Nova Scotia. D8 Magic Mike was bred by Dean and Ashley Wilson of Ontario, trained by Mandy Archer, driven to a second consecutive victory by Guy Gagnon. 155 and 4. That's the 5th win this season for D8 Magic Mike. And results are now official. And prices are posted for race 1. Number 2, D8 Magic Mike pays $2.10 to win. The $2 exactor, 2-4, pays $24. It's $24.10 for the $1 triactor, 2-4-1 combination, and the $1 superfecta, 2-4-1-5, returns $65.80. The race 1 rundown is now on your screens. 1, Surratt Hanover was third. 2, DA Magic Mike, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. 3, Bauer Power finished fifth. 4, Shadow Dave was second. 5, Century Jazz was fourth. And 6, Geisha's Treasure finished sixth. From the top down, your program should read 315-246. The fractions were 28 flat to the quarter, 58 and 2 at the half, 127 flat at 3/4, 155 and 4. The winning mile for DA Magic Mike. We're turning the page now to race 2 with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early pick 4 wagering. Note there is no show wagering on race 2. I worked out a pick 4 ticket here using 2 selections in this first leg, race 2. One of them is the current 1-5 favorite. That's number 3, Red Carpet Ready, for Jeffrey Davidson and Marie-Claude Auger, coming in off a lifetime best victory here, October 10th. I think the 4, DA Cinnamon Crunch, put in a very impressive effort in that same race for trainer Macy Castle-Smythe and driver Jimmy Gagnon. So the 2 of them very much equals here. So I have to use them both, the 3 and the 4. In race 3, that was a tougher race to narrow down. I went with the 1, GA Speed Joey, for Isabel Darvaux and Robert Shepard, getting some serious post relief. But also the 5, Springbridge Jim, who several of us thought was overdue for a win on Sunday. He closed impressively for show, so he's worth playing back. I would also use the 6, Woodmere Gaelic, who closed for 4th on Sunday, also making the quick turnaround for Steve Bellil and driver Jeff Taylor. And Perfect Rolo, who had an overland trip and lost a shoe here Sunday, coming back for Kelly Duval-Lequet and Sylvain Lequet. Race 4, same situation. A number of horses who seem tough to narrow down. The 1, Mossy's Art, had the element of surprise for Ryan Guy and trainer Jason Mitchell with that victory over I'm a Dude here last Thursday. I am using Mossy's Art from the rail, but also Get Your License Liam for Vic Putty and Jimmy Gagnon has hit the board in the last couple of starts. Bettin' in Teen, the 4, for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon. Winless this season, but making just his 5th start of the year. And the other one to consider in this field is He's Stalking You for Sylvain Lequet and Kelly Duval-Lequet. In race 5, just the 1, DW's Darlene, and the 2, Better Catch Girl. That completes my pick 4. Pick 4 wagering kicking off here in race 2, as the field is coming on track for the post parade. The Pacers are on track for the race 2 post parade. They are fillies and mares who were non-winners of $20,000 lifetime, with non-winners of a race this year allowed $3,000. Also eligible, $20,000 claimers for non-winners of $35,000 lifetime. The purse is $6,200. One is GA Speed Matrix, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Two is Best Girl in Town, owned and trained by Melanie Plourde, driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Three is the current 1-2 favorite Red Carpet Ready, owned and trained by Jeffrey Davidson, driven by Marie-Claude Auger. Four is DA Cinnamon Crunch, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. And rounding out this field from post 5, Little Cassara, owned by Ross Hitchens, trained by Kara Stacy. Clark Stacy is in the sulky. That's the field of 5 for race 2. Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and early pick 4 wagering available. No show wagering on race 2. We're zooming in on the 1-2 favorite, number 3, Red Carpet Ready. She was second last early in her most recent start here and tipped first over approaching the half. She flushed out and then followed the cover of DA Cinnamon Crunch and then closed up the inside path for a lifetime best 155-4 victory. That was for the same connections. Marie-Claude Auger driving for trainer Jeffrey Davidson once again on Red Carpet Ready, the 3-year-old Better's Delight filly, looking for her 4th win this season. The one who really impressed me last week was the 4, DA Cinnamon Crunch, who's 3-1 right now. She was first off the gate, starting from the rail last Thursday, was shuffled back to 4th before the quarter. She made a first over move out of 4th on the backstretch and then cleared to the lead at 3/4. She was under pressure from GA Speed Matrix, but parked her from that turn, the final turn, all the way into the stretch. And DA Cinnamon Crunch looked like a winner, but was stung by that late move by Red Carpet Ready. DA Cinnamon Crunch, 7-2 right now from post 4. She's actually my spot play selection here in race 2. No show wagering on race 2. And take note, there are not a lot of changes today. There were no changes in race 2 or race 3. And race 4 also no changes. And race 5, the last leg of the pick 4 that starts here, also no changes. So it is what the program says. Track handicapper selections are on screen. Glenn's top choice getting a little bridle adjustment, it looks like right now, in front of the grandstand. That's the 1 GA Speed Matrix for trainer driver Guy Gagnon. She's now walking away. He's using the 3 Red Carpet Ready in the place spot ahead of 4 DA Cinnamon Crunch to complete his triactor, and then 5 Little Cassara to complete the superfecta. I have DA Cinnamon Crunch on top. I like Red Carpet Ready for place, GA Speed Matrix in the show spot, and then Best Girl in Town, who hasn't been the same as she was during that win streak in the summer, but she's usually a player for minor shares nonetheless. I would not leave her out on the underside of a triactor or superfecta here. The 2 best girl in town has gone winless since August 4th. That's when she moved up in class. She gapped single file third behind the leaders here Thursday and lost ground late, but she did have those 3 straight Rideau wins from inside posts June 20th through July 4th. Those were all trips on or near the front end. 4-1 right now on the 2 best girl in town. The starter has called the fillies and mares for race 2. This is your final opportunity to play the pick 4 that kicks off here in race 2. They're lining up, led by 1 GA Speed Matrix. For Guy Gagnon, 2 is Best Girl in Town, Stéphane Pouliot. 3, Red Carpet Ready for Marie-Claude Auger. 4, DA Cinnamon Crunch, Jimmy Gagnon. And on the outside, 5, Little Cassara for Clark Stacy. 3-5 favorite right now. That's the 3, Red Carpet Ready. They're on the turn. The field is on the backstretch. And they're off and pacing and leaving from the inside. A GA Speed Matrix wants early command for Guy Gagnon on her outside. Best Girl in Town is going to take back to the pocket, and that leaves a first over DA Cinnamon Crunch out there, uncovered in third momentarily. Now she's found room along the pylons just ahead of Red Carpet Ready, and trailing at the moment Little Cassara. They're spaced out in single file procession past the 28-2 opening quarter, led by GA Speed Matrix, who is about a length and a half ahead of Best Girl in Town, who sits the pocket. Then it's about 3 lengths back to DA Cinnamon Crunch from third, keeping ahead of Red Carpet Ready. Fourth, still trailing Little Cassara. They're tightening up, but still single file as they head around that second turn and approach the halfway point, led by GA Speed Matrix, and Guy Gagnon getting there in 57-4 and keeping a length and a half ahead of Best Girl in Town from second. DA Cinnamon Crunch closer now from third. Still following from fourth is 3-5 favorite Red Carpet Ready, and still trailing is Little Cassara. Nobody moving until now. Here comes the first over move by DA Cinnamon Crunch, and Jimmy Gagnon up into first over second as GA Speed Matrix reached 3/4 on the lead in 1:26-3. Now second on the outside and pushing on. DA Cinnamon Crunch gearing up for the stretch drive, but she's still chasing GA Speed Matrix up the inside. Best Girl in Town coming on late. Widest of all, Red Carpet Ready, and Auger trying to sting, and they do. Powering to the front late. That was Red Carpet Ready for Marie-Claude Auger. Best Girl in Town and GA Speed Matrix look to decide place and show here. 1:55-3. GA Speed Matrix leading down the stretch, but no match for the late speed of Red Carpet Ready. Prevailing again for Marie-Claude Auger. GA Speed Matrix holding on for place ahead of the 2 Best Girl in Town, as the unofficial race 2 results are now posted. 3-5 favorite. Number 3, Red Carpet Ready, coming through again for Roger. Ahead of the 1, GA Speed Matrix, second. 2, Best Girl in Town, third. And 5, Little Casara, at odds of 60-1, finishing fourth. 3-1-2-5, the unofficial top 4 order of finish for race 2. Please hold all tickets. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle. Unofficial Race 2 winner, number 3, Red Carpet Ready, a 3-year-old bay filly by Bettor's Delight out of Film Critic. Owned and trained by Jeffrey Davidson of Ottawa, Ontario. Red Carpet Ready was bred by Stonegate Standardbred Farms Incorporated of Glen Gardner, New Jersey, driven to a second consecutive victory by Marie-Claude Auger. And that's a new lifetime mark, 1:55.3, shaving a fifth of a second off of last week's winning time. Results are now official for race 2. Prices are posted for race 2. The 3, Red Carpet Ready, pays $3.40 to win. The $2 exactor, 3-1, pays $8.70. The $2 early daily double, 2-3, pays $4.70. The $1 try, 3-1-2, pays $14.25, and it's $39.90 for the $1 superfecta, 3-1-2-5. The race 2 rundown is now on your screens. 1, GA Speed Matrix finished second. 2, Best Girl in Town was third. 3 to 5 favorite, number 3, Red Carpet Ready, wins again for Marie-Claude Auger. 4, DA Cinnamon Crunch finished fifth. And 5, Little Casara was fourth. From the top down, your program should read 231-5-4. The fractions were 28 and 2 to the quarter, 57 and 4 at the half, 126 and 3 at 3/4, 155 and 3. A new lifetime mark for Red Carpet Ready. We're moving on now to race 3 with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. No changes. The public showing strong support right now for the rail horse, a GA Speed Joey for Isabel Darvaux and Robert Shepard, a 3-time winner this season already. My top selection, and also Glenn Pearson's. We also like the 5, Springbridge Jim, both of us using him in the place spot. For show, Glenn is going with the 3, Star Dog, for trainer-driver Ryan Guy, just ahead of the 2, Flying Art for Macy Castle Smythe and driver Jimmy Gagnon to complete his superfecta. I'm looking outside Woodmere Gaelic, the 6. I had him selected on Sunday as a spot play choice. He could only finish 4th, unfortunately, but I think he's been racing well for Jeff Taylor recently, including that victory September 22nd at quite a price. So putting him 3rd ahead of the 4, Perfect Rolo for Kelly Duval-Lequet and driver Sylvain Lequet, who lost a shoe racing Sunday and makes a quick turnaround here. It's easy to see why GA Speed Joey, the 1, is the top choice of both Glenn, myself, as well as the betting public. He's getting significant post and class relief here. He backpedaled to find room 6th along the pylons on the Rideau first turn Sunday. He was covered up on the backstretch by the parked out Mockart in Motion. GA Speed Joey was loose late into stretch traffic. And significantly, all 3 of his wins this year, while they were at Hippodrome 3R, they were all with Robert Shepard driving. He's back in the bike here as GA Speed Joey makes a quick turnaround. He's the even money favorite right now from the rail. The race 3 post parade is now on track. These pacers are non-winners of $470 per start in their last 10. They race for a purse of $6,100. Leading the post parade, current 4 to 5 favorite number 1, GA Speed Joey, owned by Alain Carrier, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, driven by Robert Shepard. Two is Flying Art, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Three is Stardog, owned, trained, and driven by Ryan Guy. Four is Perfect Rolo, owned by driver Sylvain Lacaille, trained by Kelly Duval Lacaille. Five is Springbridge Gym, owned, trained, and driven by Andrew Moore, co-owned by Tommy Godfrey. And completing this field from post 6, Woodmere Gaelic, owned by Antonio DeMario with Antonio Belfiore, trained by Steve Belil, driven by Jeff Taylor. That's the field for race 3, no changes, exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. The 1, GA Speed Joey, the continued favorite here, 6 to 5 at the moment. He's coming in off of a 6th place finish, and he wasn't gaining ground late, but he was individually timed in 1:54 and 4 on Sunday at this track. And he does have a justification for not getting a check. He had to start from post 8 there, and he was in with some much tougher horses than this field. When you see Carson Star Choice finishing 3rd in that race, you realize GA Speed Joey was in pretty deep here on Sunday. So he makes the quick turnaround for Robert Shepard, driving him again, as he has in all 3 of GA Speed Joey's wins this season, all at Hippodrome 3R. The 5, Springbridge Gym, is 9 to 5 at the moment. He was covered up and shuffled back from 4th to 6th along the pylons after the half here Sunday. He was actually pushed out to last on the final turn and came on late with excess cover. He closed widest of all for show, closing in the field's fastest last quarter of 29 seconds flat. He's up in class, and that's not the way Springbridge Gym used to typically win. He was very much a front-end loving horse. This season, light on wins, just 1 so far this year. But those who witnessed him last year, the 7 wins at this track and the 151 and 3 victory in particular, know what he's capable of sometimes on the front end. He's 2 to 1 right now. That's the 5, Springbridge Gym. The 6, Woodmere Gaelic, is 9 to 1. He looked quite good out there in the post parade and warming up. He settled into the pocket behind the leader, Make It Come True, on the first turn here Sunday. He also got covered up and shuffled back to 6th on the backstretch. He was gaining ground along the inside path down the stretch and also makes a quick turnaround, getting a bit of class relief as well. That's the 6, Woodmere Gaelic. 11 to 1 odds on 4, Perfect Rolo, who got away single file 6th here on Sunday and also was covered up and shuffled to last on the second turn. He started up 3rd over at the half, but followed the stalling cover of Candid Cameron. Perfect Rolo also lost a horseshoe near 3/4 and was out-sprinted in the stretch by a fast-closing Springbridge Gym He's slightly up in class here. That's the 4, Perfect Rolo. The starter has called the race 3 field. This is your last opportunity to play the pick 3 that begins here. The horses are lining up. 1 is GA Speed Joey for Robert Shepard. 2, Flying Art, Jimmy Gagnon. 3, Stardog, Ryan Guy. 4, Perfect Rolo, Sylvain Lequet. 5, Springbridge Jim, Andrew Moore. And 6, Woodmere Gaelic for Jeff Taylor on the outside. The pacers are getting in place on the turn. They're on the backstretch with GA Speed Joey about a length back of the rest. They're off and pacing. Flying Art flying early to the lead for Jimmy Gagnon. Pocketing up right behind him is GA Speed Joey. Third early is Stardog, and he is backing up, and that puts Woodmere Gaelic out there first over from fourth. Second last in the early going, Perfect Rolo, and trailing this field is Springbridge Jim. Up front, a short-lived battle, but Flying Art is in command past the 27-1 opening quarter. A fast one. Flying Art keeping about 2 lengths ahead of GA Speed Joey, next closest from the pocket. Then it's 4 lengths back to third for Stardog, followed in fourth by Woodmere Gaelic. Here comes a move from Springbridge Jim, first over from last, and shuffled to the back of the field on the inside, Perfect Rolo. Up front, past the half in 55-2, unchallenged. Flying Art is keeping a good 2 lengths ahead of next closest GA Speed Joey on the backstretch, and it's still 4 lengths back to Stardog from third. A first over move now into fourth from Springbridge Jim. Caught inside. Second last is Woodmere Gaelic. And third over now from the back of the field. Here comes Perfect Rolo. They went by 3/4 in 1:24 flat. And GA Speed Joey has left the pocket for Robert Shepard and is trying to hunt down Flying Art, who has cut all the fractions here. But GA Speed Joey powering past and now leading the way down the stretch. Stardog is pressing the pace all the way to the wire, and Flying Art still alive on the inside, but it's going to be GA Speed Joey over Stardog, with Flying Art holding on for show in 1:54-1. GA Speed Joey, the winningest of this field going into the race, and he comes out with another win for Robert Shepard. Stardog, very game, right to the wire for place. The unofficial top 4 are now posted. 1-5 favorite. Number 1, GA Speed Joey, the race winner for Robert Shepard. Second was 3, Stardog. Third, number 2, Flying Art. And closing for fourth was a 6, Woodmere Gaelic, 1326, the unofficial top 4 order of finish. Hold all tickets. Now entering the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial Race 3 winner, number 1, GA Speed Joey, a 7-year-old bay gelding by Better Than Cheddar out of JM Chicago. Owned by Alain Carrier of Saint-Henri de Lévis, Quebec. GA Speed Joey was bred by RK Joe Misocomon of Muncie, Ontario, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, driven to a 4th seasonal victory by Robert Shepard in a seasonal best 154 and 1, GA Speed Joey. And race 3 results are now official. Prices are posted for race 3. Number 1, GA Speed Joey, pays $2.60 to win. The $2 exactor 1-3 returns $6.80. It's $19.20 for the $1 try, 132, and the $1 superfecta 1326 pays $42.70 for that $1 ticket. The race 3 rundown is now on your screens. 1 to 5 favorite number 1, GA Speed Joey, the race winner for Robert Shepard. 2, Flying Art, finished 3rd. 3, Stardog, closed for place. 4, Perfect Rolo, finished 5th. 5, Springbridge Jim was 6th. And 6, Woodmere Gaelic was 4th. From the top down, your program should read 1, 3, 2, 5, 6, 4. The fractions were 27 and 1 at the quarter, 55 and 2 at the half, 124 flat at 3/4, 154 and 1 the winning mile, and a seasonal best for GA Speed Joey. Race 4 is coming up next with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and middle pick 4 wagering. Selections from myself and Glenn Pearson are on screen. There's been 3 winning favorites so far. Neither of us has the current even money favorite in our top 4. So there's a bit of disagreement here in race 4, with Glenn leaning towards the 1, Mossy's Art, who had the element of surprise coming in from Grand River on October 10th and getting that victory by a head in his debut for Ryan Guy over I'm a Dude. So 7 to 1 right now on the 1, Mossy's Art, Glenn's top pick. He's using the 4, Bettin' in Teen, for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon in the place spot. Ahead of 2, Monty's Gone Marble, who has the driver change from Kyle Forgy to Pascal Berube. And completing his superfecta is the 3, Get Your License Liam, for Vic Putty and Jimmy Gagnon. I am putting the 6 on top here. He's stalking you for Kelly Duval Laquet and Sylvain Laquet. That one a winner, 3 starts back, and coming in with significant class relief here. I'm using the 4, Bettin' in Teen, from the reliable Archer Gagnon combination in the place spot. And the 3, Get Your License Liam, for 3rd, ahead of Mossy's Art, who I have to complete the superfecta here. In the multi-legs, though, I didn't consider this a race where I was going to single my top choice. He's stalking you is 10 to 1 at the moment from post 6. He was 6 to 1 when he was a winner here, September 19th, a half-length victory over What's in the Esky. Lots of public support, though, for C. Laird from post 5 for Vic Putty and driver William Waugh. He does get post relief. He did have post 7 and an overland trip, finishing 6th here October 10th behind Mickey Makes Some Speed. Just 2 wins so far this season, and winless in his last 3 here at Rideau Carleton since he came back September 26th. The post parade is coming on track for race 4. Here comes that race 4 post parade. These pacers are non-winners of $955 per start in their last 10 or in 2024. They race for a purse of $7,000. One is Mossy's Art, owned by trainer Jason Mitchell with Jerry Belanger. Ryan Guy drives. 2 is Monty's Gone Marble, owned by Jeff and April Murphy. Trained by John McMillan, note the driver change from Kyle Forgy to Pascal Berube. 3 is Get Your License Liam, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. 4 is Bet Nintine, owned by Mark Kerouac, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. 5 is current 8-5 favorite Sea Laird, owned by the estate of Stacey Smith Robinson, trained by Vic Putty, driven by William Waugh. 6 is He's Stalking You, owned by Alexia Frigo, trained by Kelly Duval-Lequet, driven by Sylvain Lequet. And on the outside, it's 7, I'm a Dude, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. That's your field for race 4, with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and middle pick 4 wagering beginning here. The only change, the driver change on 2, Monty's Gone Marble, from Kyle Forgy to Pascal Berube. If you are playing the pick 4 that kicks off here, also note in race 6, the 8, He's Got a Vendetta, has a driver change from Kyle Forgy to Marie-Claude Auger. We're taking a closer look at Sea Laird, the 8-5 favorite now. 2 wins this season, with a seasonal best of 154-1 taken at Georgian Downs. Sea Laird certainly has some back class to him, and gets some post relief here as well. He's in at a similar classification to October 10th, and did have an overland trip there for Jimmy Gagnon as a bit of a long shot. Jimmy Gagnon now drives the 3, Get Your License Liam, the Vic Putty stablemate of the 5, Sea Laird. And Get Your License Liam is a nice 9-1 price. If you think he can deliver the goods here, he was closing late behind Mossy's Art and I'm a Dude for show October 10th for Jimmy Gagnon. Getting a bit of a bridle adjustment or an equipment repair right now. That's the 1, Mossy's Art, to the left of the grandstand. And there he goes for Ryan Guy. He's one of the 4 I'm using in the first leg of this middle pick 4. This is a tough race to figure out one standout. So I am using the 6, He's Stalking You, a winner just 3 starts ago for the same connections. Also the 4, Bet Nintine, Mandy Archer, Guy Gagnon. The 3, Get Your License Liam, hitting the board here, October 10th. And also Mossy's Art. As mentioned, he's coming in off that win with the pocket trip for Ryan Guy. The element of surprise working in his favor October 10th. In race 5, just 2, I'm using the 1, DW's Darlene in her debut here, coming in from Hippodrome 3R, and the class-dropping number 2, Better Catch Girl. In race 6, I think it's between the 1, Stonebridge Hermes for Jacques Baudouin and driver Ryan Guy. He's my best bet. And the 5, Moonlight Boy for Stéphane Gagnon and Jimmy Gagnon, the top contender for an upset. In race 7, a nice field of mares to complete that sequence. I think the 1 On the Road to Texas, likely to repeat for Mandy Archer and Robert Shepard. But Beach Journey, the 4, always a very strong performer for trainer-driver Guy Gagnon. And then the 5, A Sailor's Delight, was 3rd last time and has showed signs of improvement in her time here. This is her 4th Rideau start for Brian Gibson and Ryan Guy. The race 4 field will be going behind the gate shortly to kick off the middle pick 4 here at Rideau Carleton this Thursday. Thanks again for joining us. Remember, in our Saturday night handicapping contest, on track, free to play, the jackpot has reached $1,300. So if you're in the area Saturday night, come to the Trackside Simulcast Lounge and ask Tammy Forgy for your entry card. The starter has called the race 4 field. They're quickly lining up. One is Mossy's Art for Ryan Guy. 2, Monty's Gone Marble for catch driver Pascal Berube. 3, Get Your License Liam, Jimmy Gagnon. 4, Bettin' Teen, Guy Gagnon. 5, Sea Laird, William Waugh. 6, He's Stalking You, Sylvain Lequet. And on the outside, 7, I'm a Dude, Stéphane Pouliot. They're all lined up on the turn. And the field is on the backstretch, approaching the start of race 4 and our second pick 4 this Thursday afternoon. They're off and pacing. Monty's Gone Marble is leaving for Pascal Berube. 3 wide early, and surging is Bettin' Teen for Guy Gagnon. Those two are now bridle to bridle, just ahead of third place Get Your License Liam, who finds a spot along the pylons, and following him in 4th early, He's Stalking You. They've settled things up front momentarily, and it's a 26-3 opening quarter for Bettin' Teen, who took away that lead, and now Monty's Gone Marble is sitting the pocket 3 lengths ahead of a third place Get Your License Liam, who's tightening up, as is He's Stalking You, who stalks from 4th. Back in 5th, Mossy's Art. Behind him, that's Sea Laird, and at the back of the field, I'm a Dude. They're still single file as they approach the half, led by Guy Gagnon and Bettin' Teen. As he reaches the half in 55-3, he continues unchallenged on the front end. Monty's Gone Marble is keeping close tabs on his whereabouts, and a length and a half behind him in 3rd. That's Get Your License Liam. Here comes a first over move from Mossy's Art, who is uncovered in 4th outside of 5th place. He's Stalking You at the back of the field with more to do. I'm a Dude is still struggling, and 1:23-4 the clocking for Bettin' Teen, who continues to keep that advantage for Guy Gagnon as his next closest rival. Monty's Gone Marble is under urging for the stretch drive. Leading the way, it's Bettin' Teen, but coming up to his wheel and now looking to move past late Monty's Gone Marble for Pascal Berube. Monty's Gone Marble looks to get that win on the outside over Bettin' Teen. A number of them coming on to compete for show there in a 1:53-4 mile. It was the pace setter versus the pocket sitter down the lane. And Pascal Berube's catch drive is a winning one. It looked like Sea Laird may have got up for show on the outside behind Monty's Gone Marble and place finisher Bettin' Teen in race 4. And the unofficial order of finish for the top 4 is posted. At odds of 3-1, number 2, Monty's Gone Marble gets the win for catch driver Pascal Berube. Second, the Favorite at the last flash, 7-5. That's the 4, Betninteen, second. Ahead of 5, Sea Laird, closing for show. Ahead of the 1, Mossy's Art, fourth. 2, 4, 5, 1, the unofficial top 4 order of finish. Please hold all tickets. Like to say hello to Patty, daughter of Ross Cowboy Curran, visiting the track for the debut of his tribute video produced by Dylan and the Rideau Carleton video department. A great job. That's archived on the Rideau Carleton YouTube page. Ross Cowboy Curran, a part of this track's great history. And now, in front of the grandstand, it's race 4, unofficial winner, number 2, Monty's Gone Marble, a 6-year-old bay gelding by Better Than Cheddar out of Rainbow Delight, owned by Jeff and April Murphy of Iroquois, Ontario. Monty's Gone Marble was bred by Jeff Murphy, trained by John McMillan, and Pascal Berube, the drummer, getting the winning catch drive. 1:53.4. Monty's Gone Marble, just a couple of fifths of a second shy of his seasonal mark, and not far from his lifetime mark. That's his second win this season. Congratulations to the connections. Monty's Gone Marble. And race 4 is now official. Prices are posted for race 4. Number 2, Monty's Gone Marble, returns $8.70 to win. The $2 exactor, 2-4, pays $34.50. The $1 try, 2-4-5, pays $81.90. And the $1 superfecta, 2-4-5-1, pays $216.90. And the race 4 rundown is now on screen. Number 1, Mossy's Art, was 4th. 2, Monty's Gone Marble, the race winner for catch driver Pascal Berube. 3, Get Your License Liam, was 7th. 4, Bettin' Teen was 2nd as beaten 7-5 favorite. 5, Sea Laird closed for show. 6, He's Stalking You was 6th. And 7, I'm a Dude finished 5th. From the top down, your program should read 417-2365. The fractions were 26 and 3 to the quarter, 55 and 3 at the half, 123 and 4 at 3 quarters, 153 and 4, the winning mile for Monty's Gone Marble. It might be October, but it's still harness racing season here in the Ottawa area. Fans still enjoying the picnic tables and some nice fast miles here today at Rideau Carleton. Thank you for joining us. Race 5 is coming up next, and track handicapper selections are on screen. There is no show wagering. Actually, there's no pick 3 wagering. I stand corrected. In race 5, no pick 3. There is pick 5 wagering on race 5, but not pick 3. So in the track handicapper selections, Glenn is staying with beaten favorite Butterfly Kisses, a beaten favorite in her last couple of starts for Isabel Darvaux and Robert Shepard. In the place spot, he likes another beaten favorite. That's the 3 Dial Me Up for Yves Tessier and Pascal Berube. For show, he's using the 1 DW's Darlene, returning to the frontier as she comes in from Hippodrome 3R for trainer Michel Legacy and catch driver Guy Gagnon. And then the 2 Better Catch Girl completes the ticket for Vic Putty and Jimmy Gagnon. This mare getting some serious class relief. I see it a little differently. I was quite impressed by the replay from October 13th at Hippodrome 3R of that win by DW's Darlene. The only drawback I see is that it was a win for Pascal Berube, and now he's driving the 3 Dial Me Up. However, Guy Gagnon, certainly a more than excellent catch driver here, so I'm going with the 1-9 favorite on top. The 2 Better Catch Girl has some potential to upset. I'm using her in the place spot ahead of 4 Butterfly Kisses, that strong closer. Dial Me Up, the 3, completes my superfecta here in race 5. The mares are approaching the track for the race 5 post parade, and once again, no pick 3 here, but this is your only chance to play the pick 5 this Thursday at Rideau Carleton. And the post parade is now on track for race 5. These paces are fillies and mares, non-winners of $4,000 in their last 5 starts, with non-winners of a race in their last 10 allowed $500. Also eligible, $18,000 claimers. They compete for a purse of $7,000. Again, note that there is no pick 3 sequence beginning in race 5. However, the pick 5 begins this race. Leading the post parade, the current 1-9 favorite, number 1, DW's Darlene, owned and trained by Michel Legacy, driven by Guy Gagnon. 2 is Better Catch Girl, owned by a numbered Canadian corporation with trainer Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Three is Dial Me Up, owned by Gina Bragagnolo with Lynn Bragagnolo and trainer Yves Tessier. Pascal Berube drives. 4 is Butterfly Kisses, owned by Bruce Tremblay, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, driven by Robert Shepard. And completing this field from post 5, Lion Shining, owned by Susan Waugh, trained by William Douglas, driven by William Waugh. That's the field for race 5. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 5 wagering. No pick 3. For those playing the pick 5 that begins here in race 5, there are no changes in race 5. Note that driver change on the 8. He's got a vendetta in race 6, going from Kyle Forgy to Marie-Claude Auger. There's also been a claim entered on the 1 on the road to Texas in race 7. And there's an equipment change in race 8, the 6 Mask of Zorro, adding a side roll right. And 2 scratches in race 9. Scratch the 2 Coltrane DeVee and the 7 General So, and the also eligible Ms. Franny does not draw in. Now on screen, a very popular favorite, 1-5 on number 1, DW's Darlene, stepping up in class for her Rideau Carleton debut as she moves to the frontier following Sunday's win at Hippodrome 3R. She gradually gained ground on the outside to the quarter. She flushed out cover of Dad's Princess on the second turn and had a 3-wide move from third at 3/4. She drew away from the pace setter Arrhythmogenic easily in the stretch in spite of never seeing the rail the entire race. And she also closed in the field's fastest last quarter of 28-3. That was a very impressive mile for DW's Darlene, who did things that she probably won't have to do here with the frontier post position and moving to the bigger track in her debut for Guy Gagnon. The 2, Better Catch Girl and Jimmy Gagnon, upset at 21-1 in the slop here on October 26, 2023. She's down in class after a pocket ride Sunday behind the always tough Speaker Nancy. She couldn't stay with the top 3, though, past 3/4 and did back down. It's a quick turnaround for the 2. Better Catch Girl, 9-1 right now. The starter has called the race 5 field. This is your one and only opportunity to play the pick 5 today at Rideau Carleton. Still at odds of 1-5, the 1, DW's Darlene, racing for Michel Legacy and driver Guy Gagnon. The mares are getting in position in front of the grandstand. 1 is DW's Darlene. Guy Gagnon in the bike. 2, Better Catch Girl, Jimmy Gagnon. 3, Dial Me Up, Pascal Berube. 4, Butterfly Kisses, Robert Shepard. And on the outside is 5, Lion Shining for William Waugh. They're all on gate on the turn. They're on the backstretch, approaching the start of the Rideau Carleton. Pick 5 in race 5. They're off and pacing and leaving from the center of the track. Dial Me Up and Pascal Berube tried to make front, but DW's Darlene and Guy Gagnon are issuing the parking ticket right off the gate. That's DW's Darlene leading the way, and first over second is Dial Me Up. Along the cones in third, Better Catch Girl watching the proceedings as Dial Me Up is dialing in the leader and clearing past the 27-2 opening quarter, and that's a short-lived move because DW's Darlene says no thanks and wants the lead again. Keeping ahead now of Dial Me Up in the pocket. Third is Better Catch Girl. Fourth, Butterfly Kisses. And fifth, trailing the compact field early, is Lion Shining. They're single file into the second turn, headed to the halfway point, led by DW's Darlene for Guy Gagnon. And she reaches that point in 58-2, getting a 31 flat breather in the second panel there. DW's Darlene keeping a length and a half ahead of Dial Me Up. Here's a first over move from Better Catch Girl, who's matching strides outside of Dial Me Up and inching into second. Following her cover, Butterfly Kisses is second over from fourth at 3/4. 1:26-3 is the clocking. At the back of the pack, it's still Lion Shining. They're 3 high behind the leader, DW's Darlene, who still leads by 3 lengths at the top of the stretch, and the known closer Butterfly Kisses is 3 wide, but it's too late. They're just chasing for minor shares behind DW's Darlene, who wins by about 3 lengths over Butterfly Kisses, and then Dial Me Up looks to hold on for show. 155 flat. Unofficial results are posted for race 5. 1-9 favorite, number 1, DW's Darlene. The race winner over 4, Butterfly Kisses. Second. Third was the 3, Dial Me Up. And fourth was 2, Better Catch Girl. 1, 4, 3, 2, the unofficial top 4 order of finish in race 5. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winners Circle. Unofficial race 5 winner, 1-9 favorite, number 1, DW's Darlene. A 4-year-old bay mare by All Bets Off out of Lightning Glory, owned and trained by Michel Lagacé of Terrebonne, Quebec. DW's Darlene was bred by Bill Troyer of Millersburg, Ohio. Driven to victory by Guy Gagnon, 155 flat. That's her 11th win of the year in start number 30. A very impressive Rideau debut, DW's Darlene. And race 5 is now official. Prices are posted for race 5. 1, DW's Darlene pays $2.20 to win. The $2 exactor 1-4 combination pays $5.20. The $1 early pick 3 1-2-1 combination pays $19.70. And it's 4 of 4 in the pick 4, returning $28.10 for the $1 early pick 4 3-1-2-1 combination. The $1 try, 1-4-3, we'll get back to after the replay. Just to get back to those prices, the triactor in race 5, the 1-4-3 $2 triactor paid $12.90, and the $1 superfecta paid $12.40 for that 1-4-3-2 $1 super. The rundown is now on your screens. 1-9 winning favorite, number 1, DW's Darlene for Guy Gagnon. 2, Better Catch Girl was 4th. 3, Dial Me Up 3rd. 4, Butterfly Kisses 2nd. And 5, Lion Shining 5th. The order of finish 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. The fractions were 27 and 2 to the quarter, 58 and 2 at the half, 126 and 3 at 3/4, 155 flat, the winning mile for DW's Darlene. Race 6 is coming up next, a field of 8 pacers. And my best bet in this race is also the 1-5 current favorite, and it gets the support of Glenn Pearson as well. Stonebridge Hermes for catch driver Ryan Guy and owner-trainer Jacques Baudouin, getting significant post relief after a very good place finish here on Sunday behind Shotgun Jerry. In the place spot, Glenn is using the 4, Shredder, just ahead of the 8, He's Got a Vendetta for show. Then the 7, What's in the Esky, 4th, and he completes his Super High 5 ticket with the 3, Howmac Victor. I'm going with Stonebridge Hermes over the 5, Moonlight Boy, parked out in his most recent effort and making the quick turnaround after racing here on Sunday. I'm using Shredder in the show spot ahead of the 2, Cyclone Joe, and completing my high 5 ticket with the 6, Better Style, for trainer Jason Mitchell and Guy Gagnon. That one coming in from the Raceway at Western Fair. There's only one change this race. It's a driver change on the 8. He's Got a Vendetta, going from Kyle Forgy to Marie-Claude Auger. And there's Exactor, Triactor, and Super High 5 wagering. And the late pick 4 begins here in race 6 on today's 9 race card at Rideau Carleton. For those just joining us and thinking about a pick 4, there are a few factors to consider. As mentioned, in this first leg of the pick 4, the driver change on the 8, He's Got a Vendetta, going to Marie-Claude Auger. There's a claim entered in race 7 on number 1, On the Road to Texas. In race 8, the 6, Mask of Zorro, adding a side roll right. And then those 2 scratches in race 9. Coltrane DeVee, the 2, and General So, the 7 in race 9. The last leg of the pick 4. And the also eligible Ms. Franny does not draw in. This is a deep field, but there seems to be a consensus as well about the rail horse, Stonebridge Hermes, on the quick turnaround with that class and post relief. He's 1-2 at the moment. The horses are on the backstretch coming towards the track for the race 6 post parade. And the Pacers are coming on track for the race 6 post parade. They are non-winners of $955 per start in their last 10 or in 2024. The purse, $7,000. Leading the post parade, current 3-5 favorite, number 1, Stonebridge Hermes. Owned and trained by Jacques Baudouin, driven by Ryan Guy. Two is Cyclone Joe, owned by driver Sylvain Lacaille, trained by Kelly Duval Lacaille. Three is Halmac Victor, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by William Waugh. Four is Shredder, owned by Ryan Bender, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Robert Shepard. Five is Moonlight Boy, owned and trained by Stéphane Gagnon, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Six is Better Style, owned by trainer Jason Mitchell, driven by Guy Gagnon. Seven is What's in the Esky, owned by trainer Gerard Vaillancourt, driven by Pascal Berube. And completing this field from post 8, He's Got a Vendetta, owned by Elizabeth Adam with Aidan Keeley Griffiths, trained by John McMillan, and note the driver change from Kyle Forgy to Marie-Claude Auger. That's the field for race 6, exactor, triactor, super high 5, and pick 4 wagering. We're taking a closer look at Stonebridge Hermes. Consistently the favorite since the windows opened. He's making a quick turnaround. He raced here Sunday for his regular driver in recent times, Ryan Guy. And he was in very deep. Stonebridge Hermes followed leader Day Delight from single file 4th to the half and made a move from second over at the top of the stretch to follow the winner, Shotgun Jerry, to the wire. Stonebridge Hermes closed in the field and cards co-fastest last quarter of 28 and 2. So he's showing more versatility. This used to be more of a front-end loving horse. And that was a very good closing effort Sunday from a difficult post. So he's moving from post 8 to the rail. And I don't think that fact has escaped anyone. That's my late pick 4 ticket on screen. I am using Stonebridge Hermes here, as well as the 5 Moonlight Boy, who won his previous start for Jimmy Gagnon here October 3rd. He was caught second over 6th behind a first over long shot odds on Carmel to the quarter Sunday at Hippodrome 3R. Moonlight Boy advanced uncovered from 4th on the second turn before getting parked first over 3rd to 3/4. Understandably, he lost ground late. He is up in class here. He's also making a quick turnaround. That's the 11-1 shot from post 5, Moonlight Boy. In race 7, I like the one on the road to Texas on top anyway, but with the claim entered, she's probably the way to go in race 7 if you want a single. Race 8, a little more diverse, but the 5 Meadow Branch Noble versus the 3 Emmatown Bud looks interesting. However you see it, it's time to play it. This is your last opportunity on this card to play the pick 4 as the race 6 pacers line up. 1 is Stonebridger Mez for Ryan Guy. 2, Cyclone Joe, Sylvain Lequet. 3, Howmac Victor, William Waugh. 4, Shredder, Robert Shepard. 5 is Moonlight Boy for Jimmy Gagnon. 6, Better Style, Guy Gagnon. 7, What's in the Esky, Pascal Berube. And on the outside, 8, He's Got a Vendetta for catch driver Marie-Claude Auger. They're all lined up on the turn. And they're on the backstretch. They're off and pacing and leaving like a match team. Stonebridger Mez and Cyclone Joe. And that's Stonebridger Mez now moving to the front. And that puts Cyclone Joe in the pocket. But he's third as a first over second move from Moonlight Boy is underway. He's coming after Stonebridger Mez on the opening turn. Things are unsettled on the front end. Following from fourth early, He's Got a Vendetta is in good position. 27 and 1. 20 to 1 shot. Moonlight Boy momentarily taking the lead. Stonebridger Mez says, see you later, and takes it back for driver Ryan Guy. Watching from third, Cyclone Joe. Fourth is He's Got a Vendetta. Fifth on the inside, that's Better Style. Now fifth from first over. Shredder is underway. That puts Better Style back to sixth on the inside. And gearing up from the back of the field, What's in the Esky? Third over from second last for Berube. Out of it at the back, Howmac Victor. They went by the half in 58 and 1 with Stonebridger Mez still leading the way. And now Cyclone Joe is challenging on his outside, changing places with Moonlight Boy, who's third along the pylons. Shredder is powering up second over from fourth and fifth along the cones. That's a well-placed He's Got a Vendetta following from sixth along the pylons. Better Style. And then at the back, it's What's in the Esky, Howmac Victor out of contention. 3/4 reached in 1:26 and 2. Stonebridger Mez is still leading the way, and he's still being chased by Moonlight Boy, who pocketed up and follows him to the wire. Stonebridger Mez, a winner for Ryan Guy by 3 widening lengths over Moonlight Boy. Shredder was up for show, 1:54 and 2. On a day of winning favorites, Stonebridger Mez makes it look easy for Ryan Guy, getting the win as a popular top choice ahead of a pocket-sitting long shot, Moonlight Boy, getting a good trip there for Jimmy Gagnon. The unofficial results are posted for race 6, 1-9 favorite, number 1, Stonebridger Mez. The race winner for Ryan Guy, ahead of 20-1 shot. 5, Moonlight Boy, second. 4, Shredder was third. 2, Cyclone Joe, fourth. And completing the high 5 was 8, He's Got a Vendetta for catch driver Marie-Claude Auger. The unofficial top 5 order of finish, 1-5-4-2-8. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle. Unofficial Race 6 winner, number 1, Stonebridge Hermes, a 5-year-old bay stallion by betting line out of Glacier Express. Owned and trained by Jacques Baudouin of Manotick, Ontario. Bred by Angie Stiller of Arva, Ontario. Driven to victory by Flyin' Ryan Guy, 154 and 2, Stonebridge Hermes. The Ontario Racing Tips from the Pros best bet of the day. And Race 6 results are official. Prices are posted for Race 6. 1, Stonebridge Hermes pays $2.10 to win. The $2 exactor, 1.5, pays $9.90. It's $16.95 for the $1 try, $1.54, and $54.43 for the 20-cent super high five, $1.5428, the 20-cent super high five ticket. The Race 6 rundown is now on your screens. 1 to 9 favorite. Number 1, Stonebridge Hermes, the race winner for Ryan Guy, his 6th win this season for Stonebridge Hermes. 2, Cyclone Joe was 4th. 3, Helmac Victor, 8th. 4, Shredder finished 3rd. 5, Moonlight Boy was 2nd. 6, Better Style finished 7th. 7, What's in the Esky was 6th. And the 8, He's Got a Vendetta, finished 5th. From the top down, your program should read 14832765. The fractions were 27-1 to the quarter, 58-1 at the half, 126-2 at 3/4, 154-2, the winning mile for Stonebridge Hermes.
Did you know there are over 80 horses that are cared for and trained here at the Rideau Carleton backstretch?
No live races? We still got you covered. Watch and wager on races all across North America 7 days a week. How much does it cost to play?
It's free.
Why would you pay to play?
Enjoy all your favorite comfort foods without missing a race.
Open 7 days a week. Horse racing at Rideau Carleton. So much more than live.
Race 7 is coming up next with exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering. It's also the start of the late pick 3 on this 9 race card. Importantly, in race 7, note there is no show wagering, and a claim has been entered on the 1, the current 1-5 favorite on the road to Texas, who is also the top choice of myself and Glenn Pearson. She's coming in off 3 consecutive wins at this track, all for Mandy Archer and Robert Shepard. So it's understandable. She's a popular top choice here. And the mare who was second to her, October 3rd and 10th, Beach Journey, the Guy Gagnon, trained and driven, 7-time seasonal winner, is the second choice of both myself and Glenn. Beach Journey from Post 4, currently at odds of 8-5. We share our third choice, the 5, A Sailor's Delight for Brian Gibson and Ryan Guy, who has improved steadily in each of her 3 starts at this track since September 26th for those connections. To complete the superfecta, I'm going with the 2, Silly But Serious, coming in from a Woodbine Mohawk Park qualifier. And Glenn likes the 3, La Cour Chapeau, who is off Lasix and adds Robbie Robinson for trainer Gavin Christie. The post parade is approaching the track for race 7. The race 7 pacers are on track for post parade. They are fillies and mares, $8,500 claimers through $10,500 claimers, racing for a purse of $6,200. Leading the post parade with 1 claim entered, it's number 1, the 4-5 favorite on the road to Texas, owned by Jamie Copley, Kimberly Eaton, and Wayne Hutt. Trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Robert Shepard. Two is Silly But Serious, owned by Wendy Warren Timpano, trained by Jason Mitchell, driven by Pascal Berube. Three is Le Cour Chapeau, who is off Lasix here and races for owner-trainer Gavin Christie and driver Robbie Robinson. Four is Beach Journey, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon, with Frédéric Gagnon, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Completing this field of five, it's A Sailor's Delight, owned by William Gibson, trained by Brian Gibson, driven by Ryan Guy. That's the field for race 7, which kicks off the last pick 3 of this 9-race card. Once again, there is no show wagering on this field of 5, and there is a claim entered on the mare currently on your screen, the 4-5 favorite, number 1 On the Road to Texas, who is undefeated in her last 3 starts here, and paced a very impressive 1:53 and 4 mile in her victory on September 29th. Robert Shepard staying aboard, and she's the even money top choice right now. She was untouchable on the front end last Thursday in a going away victory for Shepard, and finds some class relief here. She came home in the field's fastest last quarter, 29 flat, and held off the pocket sitter Beach Journey, who is 6-5 second choice here from post 4. Beach Journey was second by a widening margin behind On the Road to Texas last Thursday and was a beaten even money favorite. She gets a little bit of class relief here as well. That's the 4 Beach Journey, 6-5 second choice. 5, A Sailor's Delight sat third along the pylons here Thursday, was covered up and shuffled back inside of the first over Lion Shining on the second turn. A Sailor's Delight got boxed in along the backstretch and was covered up by Dolly Daydream on the final turn. She was loose late up the inside path, and she's 7-1 right now from post 5, A Sailor's Delight. Now turning in front of the grandstand is the 2, Silly But Serious, making her first start since she finished last on July 30th as a beaten favorite at Batavia Downs. She was the last of 9 pacers in a September 27th Mohawk qualifier, losing ground late. This is her debut for trainer Jason Mitchell. Silly But Serious won from off the pace at this Rideau classification last November 15th for Robert Shepard and Mandy Archer. And she does get some class relief here. Looks like some equipment adjustment underway beside the starting gate right now on the 4 Beach Journey, possibly a head pole adjustment. She's being led with Guy Gagnon in the bike. Windows remain open for wagering on race 7 with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering, but no show wagering. Beach Journey now on her way to the turn. They'll be going behind the gate very shortly here for race 7. Continuing as favorite from the rail, it's the recently claimed On the Road to Texas. The claim entered tonight for the Mandy Archer trainee, undefeated in her last 3 here for Robert Shepard, who continues to rule the tote board at odds of 1-2. And the starter has called the field for race 7. This is your final opportunity to play the pick 3 tonight at Rideau Carleton, as the mares line up behind the gate for race 7. 1 is On the Road to Texas for Robert Shepard. 2, Silly But Serious, Pascal Berube. 3, Le Coeur Chapeau for Robbie Robinson. 4, Beach Journey, Guy Gagnon. And 5, on the outside, A Sailor's Delight, Ryan Guy. They're all on the gate, on the turn, and approaching the backstretch. Perfectly lined up for race 7 and the last pick 3 of the card. They're off and pacing and leaving from the inside On the Road to Texas, and from the outside Beach Journey is a half length in front, inching her way toward the pylons for Guy Gagnon to grab the lead. That's Beach Journey just ahead of On the Road to Texas, who is in the pocket, pinned in by a first over third, A Sailor's Delight, and she is followed in fourth along the pylons by Silly But Serious as the field heads past the 27-3 opening quarter. The trailer is Le Coeur Chapeau. Leading the way now On the Road to Texas has circled Beach Journey and now sits about a length and a quarter ahead of Beach Journey. In third on the inside, Silly But Serious. Parked first over in fourth. The Sailor's Delight is not progressing, and to her inside at the back of the field, Le Coeur Chapeau. They're on the second turn, led to the half by On the Road to Texas and Robert Shepard, getting there in 56-2. On the Road to Texas is on the front end, keeping ahead of Beach Journey, who is close up in the pocket now. Just a length behind her is a gap of 2 lengths back to third place, Silly But Serious. Continuing parked on the outside and backing down to last, A Sailor's Delight is now behind Le Coeur Chapeau, who is fourth as the field gets separation, the front end from the back. 1:25 the clocking to 3/4. It's turned into a match race as On the Road to Texas and Robert Shepard wheel around at the top of the stretch, and they are opening up on closest rival Beach Journey, who now finds late speed, and she is coming after On the Road to Texas in a battle to the wire. It's going to be Beach Journey getting the upset over On the Road to Texas. Closing for show, Le Coeur Chapeau, 1:54 flat. What a difference a stretch drive can make. On the Road to Texas, getting taken down in the shadow of the wire by Beach Journey and Guy Gagnon, pulling the mild upset here in 1:54 flat. Unofficial results are now posted for race 7. For Beach Journey, the race winner at odds of 3-2 for Guy Gagnon. Over 1 On the Road to Texas, the beaten 1-5 favorite with the claim entered second. 3 Le Coeur Chapeau, 35-1. The show finisher ahead of 2 Silly But Serious, who finished fourth. 4-1-3-2, the unofficial top 4 order of finish in race 7. Hold all tickets. Race 7 results are now official. 4, Beach Journey, the winner, over 1 on the road to Texas. Second is beaten 1-5 favorite. Third was 3, Liqueur Chapeau, ahead of 2, Silly But Serious, fourth. Now in the Rideau Carleton winner's circle, official Race 7 winner, Beach Journey from post 4. She's an 8-year-old bay mare by Net 10 EOM out of Diva du Jour, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon, incorporated with Frédéric Gagnon of Gatineau, Quebec. Beach Journey was bred by Nathan Eicher of Spencerville, Indiana, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. That's her 8th win of the year in start number 23, 154 flat, a new seasonal best for Beach Journey. And that's the 3rd driving win of the card for Guy Gagnon, the king, with Beach Journey in race 7. Prices are posted for race 7 for Beach Journey, pays $5.10 to win. The $2 exactor 4-1 pays $9.70. The $1 pick 4 ending here, 2114, 4 of 4 pays $50.65, or $10.13 for the 20-cent pick 4. The $1 try, $77.20 for the 4-1-3 combination, and the $1 superfecta pays $99.55 for the 4-1-3-2 $1 superfecta ticket. The race 7 rundown is now on your screens. 1-5 favorite, number 1 on the road to Texas, finished second. 2, Silly But Serious was fourth. 3, Liqueur Chapeau was third. 4, Beach Journey, the race winner for Guy Gagnon in a seasonal best. And Guy Gagnon's 3rd driving win of the card. 5, A Sailor's Delight was 5th. From the top down, your program should read 2-4-3-1-5. The fractions were 27-3 to the quarter, 56-2 at the half, 125-1 at 3/4, 154 flat, the winning mile for Beach Journey. The 1 on the road to Texas was claimed, and The new owner-trainer is Jason Gilchrist. On the Road to Texas was claimed for $12,006.25. Race 8 is coming up next on the trot. Exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late daily double wagering here. I'm going with the top choice of the betting public at the moment. That's Meadow Branch Noble from post 5. He's the 3-5 favorite. Glenn Pearson is going with 1, Donna Tover, who did win his last start at this level for Pascal Berube on October 3rd. So he's a must-use as well. I have him for 3rd. Glenn is using Meadow Branch Noble for place under Donna Tover and putting Raising Rusty, the Stefan Pouliot trained and driven class dropper, in the show spot ahead of the 3 Emmetown Bud, also down in class here. I was hard pressed to choose between Emmetown Bud, dropping from the preferred handicap. He is my second choice here. I would actually box the 3-5 Exactor. I think either of these 2 class droppers, both enjoying some success at the preferred handicap level here this year. It could go either way based on trip. The 1, Donna Tover, is my 3rd choice after his 9th place finish on October 10th here. And completing my superfecta, I'm using the 4 Eyes of Justice, incredibly consistent check getter for Vic Putty and Jimmy Gagnon. He was closing in late, gaining ground late in the October 10th edition of this class behind a long-gone Duke La Victoire, the race winner. It's a different group here and a lot of class relief in a 6-horse field. Co-favorites at the moment are those class droppers. The 3 Emmetown Bud for trainer-driver Pierre Beauvais, coming directly from the preferred handicap of October 3rd, where he was assigned post 7. And then the 5 Meadow Branch Noble, who had the second tier October 10th in what I considered a troubled trip for the Mandy Archer trainee and his regular driver, Guy Gagnon. The race 8 trotters are approaching the track for the post parade. And the trotters are now on track for the Race 8 Post Parade. They are non-winners of $40,000 lifetime with allowances for fillies and mares. Also eligible non-winners of $6,250 in their last 5 starts or $25,000 claimers. The purse is $7,800. Leading the post parade, number 1, Donna Tover, owned and trained by John McMillan, driven by Pascal Berube. Two is Raising Rusty, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stefan Pouliot. 3 is current even money favorite Emmatown Bud, owned by Nicole Beauvais-Gertner, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. Four is Eyes of Justice, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. 5 is Meadow Branch Noble, owned by Jamie Copley, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. And on the outside, it's a 6, Mask of Zorro, owned by trainer Benoit Ibert with Eric Lafleur. Robert Shepard is in the sulky, and there's an equipment change on the 6, Mask of Zorro, who adds a side roll right. That's the only change in race 6, that side roll addition on the right for Mask of Zorro. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late daily double wagering available here. If you are playing the late double, note again in race 9, Coltrane DeVee is scratched. He's the 2. And also the 7, General So, is scratched in race 9. So those 2 scratches in the second leg. And the also eligible Ms. Franny does not draw in. Now on screen, it's an impressive looking favorite, 4 to 5 right now. On the 3, Emmatown Bud. He's getting significant post and class relief. He wired June 27th in the Rideau Preferred Handicap for Pierre Beauvais. He's been winless since, but he's been at the Preferred Handicap level. He had a front-end win here in his most recent start below the top class at this track, but that was way back on September 21st, 2023, which gives you an indication of how long Emmatown Bud has been competitive in the Rideau Preferred Handicap. You seldom see him at this level. Moving in from post 7 to post 3, he is the 4 to 5 top choice here at the moment, Emmatown Bud. I am nonetheless going with the 5, Meadow Branch Noble, currently at odds of 6 to 5 on top. He's slightly up in class here after a second-tier start on Thursday. He gapped cover, coming out second over from 6th in front of the grandstand. He closed widest of all in the field's fastest, 29-1. Glenn likes done it over from the rail. He came first over on the first turn last Thursday, coming after the front-end winner, Duke La Victoire. Donatover got parked and retreated on the backstretch directly in front of a horse who was second over, named Meadow Branch Noble. Donatover was an off-the-pace winner at this level, October 3rd, for the returning Pascal Berube. He is slightly up in class here as well. I think the biggest thing in his favor seems to be Pascal Berube aboard for that most recent win, coming back again to drive the 1 Donatover for owner-trainer John McMillan. And Donatover has 5 wins this season as well. That shouldn't be overlooked. He's been competitive, even winning at Woodbine Mohawk Park in his seasonal best earlier in the year. They'll be lining up very soon for race 8. Last chance to play the late double at Rideau Carleton. The starter has called the trotters for race 8. This is your final chance to wager. The trotters are lining up in front of the grandstand. His nose on the gate, that's the one, Donatover for Pascal Berube. 2, Raising Rusty is spotting rivals a few lengths for Stéphane Pouliot as he gets in line. 3, Emmatown Bud, Pierre Beauvais. 4, Eyes of Justice, Jimmy Gagnon. 5, Meadow Branch Noble, Guy Gagnon. And on the outside is 6, Mask of Zorro for Robert Shepard. They're on the back stretch and still a couple of lengths behind the others, Raising Rusty. They're otherwise lined up for the start. On the run early, that's Donatover. Unfortunate break at the start. Emmatown Bud inherits the lead for Pascal Berube, or actually for Pierre Beauvais, as Raising Rusty comes on inside, and he is third now because it's a first over advancing Meadow Branch Noble, who is coming after Emmatown Bud on the first turn, and the 2 favorites who exchanged blows in the tote action are now mixing it up on the track past a 27-1 opening quarter. That's Meadow Branch Noble landing on the lead for Guy Gagnon. Sitting the pocket now, Emmatown Bud and Pierre Beauvais ahead of third place, Raising Rusty, and sitting fourth, that's Eyes of Justice. Fifth is Mask of Zorro. After the break, gapping at the back, Donatover is on the trot but has lost significant ground. Leading the way to the half, that is Meadow Branch Noble, 57-2, a 30-1 second panel for that 2-5 favorite, keeping a length ahead of Emmatown Bud, who sits the pocket. Closer from third, Raising Rusty, showing interest, and following him fourth, Eyes of Justice. Single file of fifth, Mask of Zorro, and out of it at the back of the field, it's a slowing Donatover. They approach three quarters, still led by Meadow Branch Noble, who gets some separation now. He's got a 2-length lead over Emmatown Bud past three quarters in 1:26-4, and leading the way, Meadow Branch Noble, enjoying the Frontier trip tonight. He rounds for home, and he is a couple of lengths ahead of Emmatown Bud, who fights on, trying to hold on for place, charging late, Eyes of Justice on the outside, but Meadow Branch Noble prevails by 3 over Emmatown Bud, and it looked to be Eyes of Justice up for show, 156 flat. They were back and forth on the tote board, the 3 Emmatown Bud and the 5 Meadow Branch Noble. But in the stretch, there was plenty of separation as Meadow Branch Noble gets Guy Gagnon a 4th driving win of this card as 2-5 favorite in race 8. The unofficial top 4 are posted. 5 Meadow Branch Noble, the winning 2-5 favorite. 3 Emmatown Bud was second. Closing for show, 4 Eyes of Justice ahead of the 2 Raising Rusty, who was 4th. 5-3, 4-2, the unofficial top 4 for race 8. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial race 8 winner, Number 5, Meadow Branch Noble, a 7-year-old bay gelding by Explosive Matter out of When Mars Memo, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore, Ontario, bred by Hans Engren of Abbottstown, Pennsylvania, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. Again, that's his 4th driving win tonight, with the 2-5 favorite here in race 8, Meadow Branch Noble, 156 flat. Race 8 results are now official. Prices are posted for race 8. 5, Meadow Branch Noble pays $2.80 to win. The $2 exactor, 5.3, pays $5.20. It's $6.35 for the $1 triactor, 5.34, and the $1 superfecta, 5.342, returns $16.50 again for the $1 superfecta. The race 8 rundown is now on your screens. The 1, Donna Tover, finished 6th. 2, Raising Rusty was 4th. 3, Emmatown Bud was 2nd. 4, Eyes of Justice was 3rd. 2-5 favorite number 5, Meadow Branch Noble, the race winner. Guy Gagnon's 4th of the card. And 6, Mask of Zorro finished 5th. From the top down, your program should read 642-315. The fractions were 27-1 to the opening quarter, 57-2 at the half, 126-4 at 3/4, 156 flat, the winning mile for Meadow Branch Noble. Race 9 is coming up, the last of this Thursday card. Thanks again to everyone joining us online or at the track or at your local OTB. We appreciate the wagering support. In race 9, a couple of scratches here of the 2 Coltrane DeVee and the 7 General So, and the also eligible Ms. Franny will not draw in. So we're scratched down to a field of 7. And the current favorite, understandably, with Guy Gagnon as trainer and driver, is the 4 Ciel Bleu, 4-5 on him right now. There's exactor, triactor, and super high 5 wagering on race 9. Track handicapper selections are now displayed. Glenn Pearson's chances may have improved as 8 Southwind Russian is getting some class relief after those 2 scratches on his inside of the 2 and the 7. So despite having post 8, Southwind Russian 4-1 at the moment, coming in off a nice clean trip in a place finish, October 10th, behind That's Hooligan. Glenn is using the 4 Ciel Bleu, the even money current favorite in the place spot, ahead of 6 Spicy Redhead for show, with Ryan Guy getting the catch drive on Spicy Redhead here, and to complete his superfecta 7 iron. Although it's actually high 5 wagering here, so I guess choose your own adventure to complete the 5th spot in the high 5 ticket here. On mine, I like the 9 on top, the second tier start for Wish You'd Tell Me, Pascal Berube and Gerard Vaillancourt. This one getting significant class relief, and I think the second tier is something he can manage. I'm also using Ciel Bleu second. He's continuing on as the favorite, 3-5 from post 4. And Southwind Russian is a must use here. He was a 14-1 front end winner from post 8 back on May 16th without any scratches, it should be noted. I was going to use Coltrane DeVee to complete that high 5 with 7 iron in the 5th spot. It's a little bit different now with those 2 scratches. The post parade is on track for race 9. These trotters are non-winners of $3,000 in their last 5 starts, also eligible non-winners of $25,000 lifetime and $15,000 claimers. They race for a purse of $6,800. One is Cadillac, owned by Michel Grenier, trained by Alain Martin, driven by Robert Shepard. 2, Coltrane DeVee is scratched. 3 is The Magic of Life, owned, trained, and driven by Robbie Robinson. Four is the current 1-2 favorite, Ciel Bleu, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon with Gestion Louis Latulippe, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. 5 is 7 Iron, owned by the estate of Stacey Smith Robinson, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Six is Spicy Redhead, owned and trained by Nathalie Seguin, driven by Ryan Guy. 7, General So, is a judge's scratch. 8 is Southwind Russian, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Completing this field from trailing post 9 is Wish You'd Tell Me, owned and trained by Gerard Vaillancourt, driven by Pascal Berube. The also eligible Ms. Franny does not draw in. That's your field for race 9 with exactor, triactor, and high five wagering. There's continued focus on the 4, Ciel Bleu, making his 3rd consecutive start with Lasix. He got away 4th from the rail behind the early Thursday pace setter, Incredible Hall. He was a beaten 3-5 favorite, following from single file 4th as 7 Iron, and then Southwind Russian took the lead in quick succession after the opening quarter. Ciel Bleu tipped first over at the half, brushed up to 2nd on the backstretch, and was dueling around the final turn into the stretch, where both he and Southwind Russian were overtaken by the closer. That's Hooligan, who got the win. Southwind Russian again, 3-1 right now, has won from post 8 before without any scratches to his inside. He won for Stéphane Pouliot at odds of 14-1 with a front end trip from post 8 May 16th. His issue lately has been staying flat, but he impressed here in his most recent last Thursday. He stayed flat through a 3-wide early battle against Incredible Hall and 7 Iron to the quarter and beyond last Thursday. And Southwind Russian edged out Ciel Bleu in the place photo. As John McMillan would call it, the Robbie D'Alessandro trot is going to be going behind the gate very shortly here to conclude our Thursday card. Continued favoritism towards 4, Ciel Bleu, as Guy Gagnon seeks his 5th win of the card here in race 9. Glenn Pearson's top choice, 2-1 from post 8. Southwind Russian. The starter has called the trotters for race 9. This is your last chance to play Rideau Carleton tonight. Scratch down to a field of 7. The trotters are going behind the gate for race 9 to wrap up our Thursday card from the nation's capital. 1 is Cadillac for Robert Shepard. 2, Coltrane DeVille is scratched. 3 is The Magic of Life, Robbie Robinson. 4, Ciel Bleu for Guy Gagnon. 5, 7 iron, Jimmy Gagnon. 6, Spicy Redhead, Ryan Guy. 7, General So is a judge's scratch. 8, on the outside, Southwind Russian for Stefan Pouliot. And the trailer is 9, Wish You'd Tell Me for Pascal Berube. There on the turn, Southwind Russian is behind the rest by a few lengths as they approach the start. They're off and trotting, except on a run at the back. The Magic of Life makes an unfortunate break. Cadillac leaving for Robert Shepard, and to his outside, that's the red hooded head of Southwind Russian, who has circled to the front, and he opens up by a length and a half over Cadillac, who now sits the pocket on the first turn. Moving up from the trailing post to third, Pascal Berube has Wish You'd Tell Me, well positioned on the approach to the quarter, and following from single file fourth, that's the favorite, Ciel Bleu, 27-4. The fast opening panel for the trotters. Southwind Russian now leading by 2 over Cadillac. Following from third, Wish You'd Tell Me. Fourth is still Ciel Bleu, keeping ahead of 7 iron, and then it's Spicy Redhead after the miscue. The Magic of Life trails this field as they are led to the half by Southwind Russian, 56-2. He's confident on the front end for Stefan Pouliot, still keeping over a length and a half ahead of Cadillac as he tries to tighten up for Shepard from the pocket. Watching from third, Wish You'd Tell Me. Here comes a first over move out of fourth by 3 to 5 favorites. Ciel Bleu in line to Guy Gagnon, and creeping up first over into third, giving the shuffle to Wish You'd Tell Me, who's battling back on the inside. They went by 3/4 in 125-2, trying to see this through on the front end. That's Southwind Russian, and Stefan Pouliot circling for home, never headed after making front and trying to come on down the lane, chasing them to the wire. Wish You'd Tell Me has late speed, as does Cadillac. It's going to be Southwind Russian in a battle for place. It looks like Wish You'd Tell Me over Cadillac, 155-3. Post 8 was not so bad, with a couple of scratches inside, and Southwind Russian was excellent on the front end for Stefan Pouliot. A tight battle for place. Wish You'd Tell Me coming on late against Cadillac. Unofficial results are posted for race 9. 8, Southwind Russian, a 4-1 winner for Stefan Pouliot. Over 9, Wish You'd Tell Me, second. 1, Cadillac, third. 4, Ciel Bleu was fourth as beaten 3 to 5 favorite. And completing the Super High 5 ticket was the 5, 7 iron. The unofficial top 5 order of finish is 89145. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle. Unofficial race 9 winner, number 8, Southwind Russian. He's a 4-year-old brown gelding by Tactical Landing out of Raising Roxanne, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation of Gloucester, Ontario. Southwind Russian was bred by Southwind Farms LLC of Pennington, New Jersey, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot to a new lifetime best, 155-3, in his 7th win of the year. Congratulations, Southwind Russian and Stéphane Pouliot. And race 9 is now official. We're just waiting on some prices for race 9. Results are official for race 9. 8-9-1-4-5. The top 5 order of finish. While we wait for those prices, just another reminder, Saturday night in the Trackside Simulcast Lounge, join Tammy Forgy on Saturday evenings in general. This Saturday evening, no different, other than the jackpot in her on-track free-to-play handicapping contest has reached $1,300. No one hit it on OSS Gold Super Finals night last Saturday night, so it's up to that $1,300 jackpot. You just need to be in the Trackside Lounge on Saturday evening. We're still waiting on those prices for race 9. Those results posted are official. Due to a graphics issue, we are unable to display the prices for race 9. We apologize for that. However, tickets can be cashed and results have been official for some time now. I will just mention the prices now. 8 Southwind Russian returns $10.40 to win. The $2 exactor, 8-9, pays $57.90. The 20-cent triactor, 891, returns $16.03. The $2 late daily double, 5-8 combination, pays $17.10. The 20-cent pick 3, 4-5-8, returns $7.82. That's the 20-cent pick 3, 3 of 3. The 20-cent pick 4 pays on 4 of 4, 1-4-5-8, $10.64. Again, that's the 20-cent pick 4. And the 20-cent pick 5 pays on 5 of 5, 1-1-4-5-8, $19.59. That's the 20-cent pick 5. The 20-cent high 5 in race 9, 8-9-1-4-5 returns $139.64. Again, that's a 20-cent super high 5 in race 9, 8-9-1-4-5. The race 9 rundown is now posted. 1, Cadillac finished 3rd. 2, Coltrane DeVie was scratched. 3, The Magic of Life finished 7th. 4, Ciel Bleu finished 4th as 3-5 beaten favorite. 5, 7 Iron finished 5th. 6, Spicy Redhead was 6th. 7, General So was a judge's scratch. 8, Southwind Russian, the race winner for Stéphane Pouliot, taking a new lifetime mark. And 9, Wish You'd Tell Me, closed for place. From the top down, your program should read 3, Scratch, 7, 4, 5, 6, Scratch, 1, 2. The fractions were 27 and 4 to the quarter, 56 and 2 at the half, 125 and 2 at 3/4, and 155 and 3, the new lifetime mark for Southwind Russian. That concludes our Thursday card here at Rideau Carleton. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. And we'll be back again with more live racing from the nation's capital on Sunday, October 20th, with our 6:30 p.m. Sunday post time. We hope you can join us. Tonight's handle, $129,053. Enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. I'm Melissa Keith, track announcer. Have a good night.